Hi everybody and welcome to Full Moon's Rise News Edition. This week we've got some cool stuff that happened. There was new Planeswalkers potentially released for 2015. There's modern news and there's Chandra's origin stories. But first we're going to revisit last week's news of about Pascal's Tarmogoyf, also now known apparently as Goyfgate. So you may remember that he picked up a Tarmogoyf in one of his packs during a top 8 and got a lot of stick for it.
He did.
Well, this week, one of the stick givers on Twitter, Owen Turtenwald, has come out and publicly apologised for giving him stick for it. And basically he's just said, I sort of lost sight of everything. I've become too much of a competitive player. I think too much about taking picks and winning the tournament. And I've forgotten what it's like to be sort of like, not necessarily a lesser player, but, you know, someone who just takes the cards because they want to play more Magic. At the end of the day, Pascal took the Goyf because he wanted to play more Magic. Like, he was already in the top 8. He was always going to get some money anyway. And, he took that Goyf so he could do another GP. And, Owen has turned around and just been like, sorry, guys.
I reckon he should have done that anyway, because, you know, why just another player? We're all in it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a community, not a... Well, I suppose it is a competition as well.
Well, yeah, but...
But still.
That's taking it to a bit too extreme.
Yeah, it was a bit harsh to call him out on it, especially when he admitted that he took it because he wanted to eat, essentially. It's just like, no, you can't eat. You must play competitive Magic.
But then if you can't eat, you can't play competitive Magic.
Right, exactly.
I think we've covered everything on that one.
Yeah, I think we're sorted.
So this week we've had Planeswalkers spoiled, we've had Jace, Chandra and Nissa spoiled.
Yep.
So Jace we'll start off with first. He's 1 blue, 1 colourless for a 0/2.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, he should have been a 1/2, but that's just me.
That's your opinion. I'm very glad that he's a 0/2. I think adds a lot of flavour. That Jace is never a punch guys in the face kind of dude. I like that he's just like, no, don't hurt me. I just want to read my books.
Yeah, so more flavourful then.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. So its first ability is tap. Ability is draw a card, then discard a card. So good filtering.
Yep, great filtering. Looters are always really good. And he feeds your graveyard, which is part of his ability, but also really helpful for Sultai decks at the moment. Reanimatory, Delvey kind of nonsense, which also Living Guild Pack kind of did as well. So that's kind of interesting that he's gone down the blue, green, black route rather than the blue, white, red route. But I would have thought he would be more in with.
Oh, I can see why you're going there.
Yeah.
So then that goes on to his other ability to flip him into his Planeswalker mode. Is if you've got 5 or more cards in your graveyard, flip him.
Yep, seems pretty easy to do that. Seems really, really easy to do that. So, what does he do when he's a Planeswalker?
When he's a Planeswalker, +1, target creature gets -2, -0 until the beginning of the next turn. His -3 is you can target an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard this turn if the card is exile it.
Yes.
Sorry.
That ability that's his good one.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause he comes in with 5 and you can do that and put him to 2. And it's just his, like, all the stuff that you discarded to get me to flip. Now I'm going to do it to you again. I mean, it's not free, so it's not quite Snapcaster Mage.
No.
But it's still really relevant. Like, if you're drawing dead when he's already flipped, and you've got things like, even if you've got, like, counter spells or, like, bounce spells or draw spells, most importantly, because if you think about it, Treasure Cruise, in Standard this is, not anywhere else, Treasure Cruise, get rid of all your graveyard, then Treasure Cruise again when you've filled up your graveyard off Jace.
Yeah, seems pretty
Jace
nice.
giving you, like, 8 Treasured Cruises, like, per deck, seems like that might be quite good.
I wouldn't want to go up against that.
No, I wouldn't either. I would not at all. Anyway,
his -9, not so strong, I don't think. You get an emblem whenever you cast a spell. Target opponent puts the top 5 cards into the graveyard.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. I mean, again, it's target player, so you can then feed your own graveyard again, but I think that's getting a bit risky. I think they went too far on flavour with that one, I think. They were just like, oh, Jace does all this cool stuff. He does things with instants, and he makes your opponents not be able to attack very well. Oh, and he also is supposed to mill. So they've given him like a mill ability and they've made it awful.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend any more than like 1 mana to mill 5 cards. And if you're like, I mean, it's incidental. It's a weird one. I'm not sure what you think. We'll have to.
But then he's not very good on protecting himself either, really.
No, he can stop one creature hurting him a little bit more. But I mean, if you're getting a Planeswalker for 2, that's not too bad. And his abilities are a lot better than the other 2-drop Planeswalker that we've got.
Yeah.
Which is Tybalt Fiendblooded, who is not a good card. But
I'm glad we're not going into that.
Talking of red Planeswalkers,
Chandra, beautiful backstory, but Magic, I think, hasn't done a very good job on the card again.
No, I'd have to agree with you on that one.
So Chandra is 2 red mana, 1 colourless for a 2/2.
Yep.
Pretty decent.
Seems fine.
Can't speak today. Tap to deal 1 damage to target opponent. So when she does 3 or more damage, transform her into a Planeswalker.
Yes, but there is one clause that makes her a lot better than tap to do 1. She also untaps when you cast a red spell.
Yes.
So she can tap, ping you for 1, cast a red spell, untap her, tap, ping you for 1, cast another red spell, untap her, tap, ping you for 1, and then she's like, and becomes a Planeswalker. Basically.
Pretty much
That's what she does. And also, whenever you play her, you have to do that to your opponent as well.
See, I can't read and I can't speak, so... Do you want to do a lonesome show?
A lonesome show? No, I'm fine.
Fine. So, when she flips, she's 4 loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
+1 is shock opponent.
Yes, it is. That's not too exciting. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. -2, shock a creature.
Again,
Not.
it's fine. Like, it's not great. It's like, why wasn't that one ability +1 shock? Just shock.
Yeah.
Like, hit a creature or hit a player. But instead, they've split it up into 2, and I think...
Is it because of the creator's fault? Oh, we've got 2 abilities. Can we think of a third one? No, let's just split the top one.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, poor Chandra, she's got the potential to be, like, hands down the best Planeswalker, but Wizards, I think, rightly so, are very, very cautious with Chandra, because Red Deck Wins is a very good deck, and having a Planeswalker that can...
But she doesn't even fit in Red Deck Wins.
No, because she doesn't win fast enough.
No.
But again, if you think about it, if you gave her a +1 or even a -1 ability that's just Lightning Bolt, that's not fair.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one to balance, Chandra. But she has probably a stupid ultimate, because they all do.
-7, deal 6 damage to each opponent. Each player's damage this way gets an emblem, which deals 3 damage to them at the beginning of their upkeep.
Hilarious in Commander.
Yes.
Terrible in Standard.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you get that to go off, and you need to plus her 3 times, and she has to survive being a creature, and she's not the easiest Planeswalker to flip.
No.
And if you do that, you've won the game.
But
you have to do a lot of work to win that game. I feel like maybe having a deck with lightning bolts and stuff in it would probably win you the game faster.
Yes. 100% hands down.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to see much of her in playing Standard.
I don't think we will either. But next, the one that I actually like.
I like her as well, and I'm considering playing her.
Yes.
Nissa, 1 green, 2 colourless for a 2/2, so she's easily splashable.
Another 2/2. Yes. But you want her in mono green decks? Well, maybe. She does forests. Anyway.
Yeah.
Abilities.
Anyway, sorry. She enters the battlefield. You search for a basic forest. Put that into your hand. Then shuffle your library.
I mean, that's fine. It's not super exciting, but it's fine.
I love the fact they've gone basic.
Cause then it has to be a basic. No fetches.
Well played, Wizards, on that. Yeah. She flips when you control 7 or more lands. And I'm going to be honest here. She's not going to last till 7 lands.
I mean, Greenhouse Ramp. And it doesn't specify what lands. I mean, she might get there. She might get there.
Yeah.
She casts her on turn 3. You get a land in your hand, you play another one, 4, and then you go rampant growth, and 6. And
Until 5.
And then, yeah, I mean, she's not very easy to flip.
Yeah.
She's not at all. But what does she do when she does flip?
She has 3 loyalty. +1 is reveal the top card of your library. If it's land, put it onto the battlefield. If it's not, put it into your hand.
She draws a card.
Yeah.
She draws a card. I don't know why you want to ramp when you already have 7 mana.
Yeah, so ideally they could have done earlier on in the game.
Yeah, possibly. But she is still a draw card, and she does what Courser of Crufix does. And I hear that card's quite good.
Really? I don't.
Anyway, what's her middle ability?
Her middle ability is -2. Put a 4/4 green elemental creature onto the battlefield. Named
something. What is it named?
Notes.
Named Asharia the Awoken, which probably has something to do with her backstory, which I actually don't know about.
Neither do I.
But
well, we're the news. You're informed.
But yeah, -2 for a 4/4. Chandra can't kill that. So
no, she can't.
Jace can't stop that.
No.
And it crushes also the other Planeswalker that was not spoiled a long time, Liliana. She only makes a 2/2, so that tramples right over that as well.
Yeah.
So far the strongest middle minus ability, I think, on Nissa.
So, -7 ability is untap 6 target lands, turn them into 6/6 creatures, and they are still lands. Fantastic.
Really good. Just like really good. She is, as much as Chandra also ends the game, Nissa ends the game as well, but I think does it a lot faster.
Yeah.
And 6/6s seems good.
You say a lot faster, not really, because you have to have 7 land to flip her to get there, then got to plus her.
Yeah, I mean, none of them are easy to win the game with, but, you know.
No. But there the Planeswalkers have been spoiled this week.
They are. Unconfirmed as of yet, but they've been spoiled in their sort of GP promo, really gorgeous artwork, so I think we can be relatively confident that they're going to be the real deal.
Yeah.
And we're waiting on one more, Gideon the white one, who I think is going to be really good.
I'm hoping it's going to be really good.
I'm hoping it's going to be really good, yeah.
My colour, yo.
Yeah, I'd like another playable for my legacy deck, but that's just me.
Don't get greedy.
Anyway,
moving on.
On the subject of still Planeswalkers, Chandra in specific, this week we saw a new Uncharted Realms, which had Chandra's origin story in it, which is pretty cool. She's on her plane, which I can't quite remember the name of now, and obviously she's a young girl, and being a Planeswalker and having to have trauma or something enlighten her spark, you can tell it's going to be a sad story. It's very sad story, crushing. But it starts off as her basically being useless at everything because she gets too annoyed and smashes stuff. So classic Chandra. Yeah, she's not happy. And she gets a new job that she hopes that she might be quite good at. But instead she gets captured by the police, effectively.
You can't hurt us.
Yeah, exactly. And she accidentally sort of blows up a little bit. Her hand set fire, at least. And then she ends up having to go on the run. Eventually, the police catch up with her and all that sort of stuff. And then spoilers, her parents get killed. Bum, bum, bum.
Well, her dad definitely does.
Her dad definitely does. And her mum is assumed dead because she got trapped in the house that was on fire. And then that makes her really angry, so she explodes again, but bigger, and planeswalks away to somewhere else, which has a lot of pyromancers in it. And they're like, "Come, child, we're going to take you in. We're going to look after you, girl." And she's like, "Sweet." So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know why they write these huge stories. I mean, I could tell them much better.
And I could act them.
And you can act them. We're a comedy duo, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, that was Chandra, and the last bit of modern news after modern
50.
Masters.
Yeah. As we all know, Pod has been banned a long time now.
Thank God, because that deck was horrible to play against.
Twin is being played quite a bit now.
Thank God, because that deck is super cool.
So the prices have gone up on Blood Moon. Snapcaster, and Oblivion Stones.
Yes,
Nearly.
all staples in the twin deck, and all notably not reprinted in Modern Masters 2015.
That's why they've shot up so much.
Yeah, they've flown up. So if you're a proud owner of any one of these cards, congratulations, they've basically doubled.
Yeah, and if you want to send us a free copy.
Yeah, I mean, I could always do with, like, Snapcaster Mages and stuff. they're great cards.
But yeah, and I think, if you invested it in a while ago, you'll get your money back quite a bit.
Good job. If you pulled a twin or two in your Modern Masters 2015 drafts, and you were like, oh, sweet, I'm going to build the twin deck. Commiserations. Sorry, it's probably twice as expensive as it was 2 months ago.
That's a bit harsh.
I mean, well, Magic's a fickle game. In 2 months' time, they'll realise that Twin's so overpowered, they'll ban it anyway, and then everyone will have bought Snapcaster Mages, and then they'll be really annoyed. So it's a game of cat and mouse, really. I mean, I forked out a load of money for Deathrite Shamans because I thought they'd be really cool in Modern, and then, like, 2 weeks later, they banned them. Wizards,
Yeah.
Wizards.
I swear they just go, oh, here's a pile of broken cards. Let's roll a dice. Oh,
Yeah,
that one's
you're probably not far wrong. It's like something's doing really well in Modern. Bang.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been the week.
So thank you guys, and you have been
informed.
See you next week.